I had to make a video. I haven't made one in a very long time. I haven't really even sewn anything in a long time, but you see this beautiful dress back here, right? So I had to get on here and talk about it, tell you why I made it, and give you some tips on sewing this fabric if you choose to buy it. I recommend you do. I started going to Frocktails, and if you don't know about Frocktails, I suggest you go to Instagram and look it up. Okay, so I've only been to two now. The first one I went to was Miami Frocktails, and that was thrown by my friend Johanna, So Very Joe, and then Diana. I decided to go when Johanna posted it, and I'm glad that I did because I had a great time. You know, we get online and we connect with people, we follow people, we even become friends, we chat, everything. And it's like we all live in different states, so we don't see each other. And Frocktails is a great way to see those friends and to make new ones, make connections, network, all of that. So I went to the Miami Frocktails. I have some videos on my TikTok. Also, I shared some photos on my Instagram. But I've been actually into TikTok videos a little more, and I think I get more views there. If you guys do TikTok, let me know in the comments, what do you think about your views? But I wanted to get back into YouTube. I went to Miami Frocktails in June. Let me tell you, it was blazing hot. Nobody told me how damn hot it is down there, but I found out, okay? So, but the event was great though. I loved it. I had a great time. So I'm looking forward to next year. I also heard about New York Frocktails, and it just so happened that my daughter and I, we were talking about going to New York for the weekend, and then that popped up. So I said, we're going on this weekend, so we're going to push the plans back a little bit. Long story short, that's what we did. So the theme, see, this New York Frocktails, one of the people that organized it, I think she's the main one, is on Instagram. Her name is Styles and Seams. Her name is Robin Burgess. So I suggest you go check out her page and New York City Frocktails page, and you can see all the pictures and just kind of catch up on things. But they did theirs on October 7th, and I had a few months to plan, and when I saw the theme, I was like, oh, I gotta go, because it just happened to be 70s, disco glamour at that, okay? And I love the 70s, and then on top of that, they were having it in a nightclub in Times Square, okay, which they had it at. The nightclub is called Blue, and it was a really nice spot, okay? The whole night was bomb, let me just tell you. You know, I only have Joanne here, so I ended up going to look online at Move Fabrics, and I ordered maybe like 3-4 sets of swatches. I swear, probably about 3. So I think it was maybe the second set, I decided on this beautiful fabric right here. It's called a Blue Oil Slick in Black Squared Foil Stretch Nylon Knit. I know knit. It's product number 431496. So they have different colors of this also, but I really loved, it's kind of like, it says blue, but to me it gives me like a turquoise, and it's one of my favorite colors. And then it's like a disco ball, you know, it's shiny, it's sparkly, it kind of looks a little different because there's different colors in this. Like I see some purple, I see a little bit of silver, you know, it's this beautiful fabric. So I went ahead and ordered some, and actually when I got the swatch, I said, let me do a little test piece, because I was going to make something completely different from this. So I was planning on making a jacket and a pant. So I did like a cut the swatch on like a curve, and then I sewed it just to, you know, imitate the curve that would be in the jacket. So after I sew it, I'm looking at it and I'm like, what the hell? It done got my needle sticky. So I just happened to open it up and I see that the sticker is still on the back of the swatch. So I'm thinking that's why my needle got sticky. So I'm like, okay, I just won't do that again. I'll make sure I check the fabric before I start cutting it and sewing it. So I get the fabric, and then I believe I did start with the Microtex needle. I don't remember the size, but I did start with a Microtex needle. And the first little bit of sewing, the needle got sticky. So I'm like, damn. Like I done ordered 5 yards, okay? This fabric was $19.99, but I got it on sale, so it was $15.99. But still, I'm sitting here like, I got all this fabric. I can't sew this stuff, you know? So I messaged Mood online. They gave me tips, which it was use a microtex needle 8012. And I see that they done add these tips to the website because I went back and forth with them about this, kept them up to speed, what was going on. And I also left a review. So when you go to Mood and buy this fabric, that's my review, okay? But anyways, so before they got back to me, I actually did a Google search and it led me to a video on YouTube by Professor Pincushion. And so the fabric she was showing how to sew was the confetti dot fabric, which it's similar to this, but it's the little tiny dots. And then, you know, there's a lot of space in between this. This doesn't have much space. There's a little tiny thin line, but that's it. So in her YouTube video, it said to use an embroidery needle, which is these gold embroidery needles. It says titanium nitride. In addition to that, you want to rub some Sewer's Aid oil on the needle before you get to sewing. And then on top of that, you want to get some wax paper and you want to put it on top of your fabric so it's in between the fabric and the foot, okay? So I'm watching this and I'm like, man, that's a lot. Like, I wish I could just send this back, but I can't, you know? So I ordered the stuff and let's just say it worked. However, the oil does, at a point, it wears off. You got to kind of stay on top of it because if you don't, it will shred your thread. So my thread was getting shredded. It was bulking up at the needle. It even broke my damn bobbin, okay? I had a hell of a time sewing this. But the key is the needle, the oil, and the wax paper, okay? Because I feel like the wax paper kind of helps it glide through, and then it probably catches some of that stickiness. I don't know, but it works, okay? So you're gonna have to do all those things. So like I said, Mood has some tips on the website now, which in addition to that microtex needle, if you sew through it, you're gonna get holes. So you wanna make sure that you got your fit right before you get to sewing. You can press this. So I was concerned, I said, this is gonna melt. So up here on the collar especially, I was worried that it was gonna be too bulky and I wasn't gonna be able to flatten it, but that was one of the tips that Mood had emailed back, was to use a pressing cloth and an iron on low heat to press the seams flat. And that works, it does work, but if you go too hot or you press for too long, these little squares will pop off. So let's get to the pattern. So the pattern that I decided to go with is Vogue, and this is actually, I'm gonna just show you because this is a display one. You know me, I like as minimal pieces as possible. And this has a sleeve. It does have a cuff because that's how the cuff is supposed to be. I did not do that. I just did my sleeve. I did my front pieces, and I did the bodice here, which has some, what you want to call those? You know what I mean. It'll come to me, okay? But it has this little facing piece right here. I didn't like that. So what I did was just combined my pattern pieces with the bodice and then this facing like at the seam allowance. And I made that a pattern and I cut it out of some fabric just to make sure I'd like the fit, and I did. So that's what I did because I didn't want that little extra strip right there. And then the ties, of course, the collar, and then the neckband facing. And for the neckband facing, I went and just got it's like a black activewear knit. And I just sewed that underneath. And as far as the edges here, I did press, but then I also had to hand tack it to keep it down because it kept wanting to go like this, and I didn't want that. For the seams, okay, I made this real simple. I didn't want any stitching marks. So what I did was I went and got some permastick tape. I actually already had some No sewing or iron needed. And this is perfect for hems. With this being the way it is with the little squares, and I have like a little space in between each line of squares, it was easy to make the hem. Just fold it over, press it, but underneath, that's literally all I did. I put that little hem tape up under here and then just press it down. And I did give this a press with the iron. You don't have to, but then if you want to, you can. So I did. And to my surprise, like the hem and everything, see how clean that looks? I thought it looked really good. Now on the inside, that's another story. But I mean, we got the job done, okay? And I did the same thing with the sleeves. Same thing. I do have videos of me in, not a video of me like walking in it, but a video of me in it at the party and pictures, of course, so you can see what this looks like on. But this another thing with this pattern, like I didn't even have to make no adjustments. It fit really good. And that was a little like shocking to me, okay? Because normally something is off somewhere. But this fit really good. And I feel like the bodice, the waistline was a little higher. And that's always a thing for me too. Like I'm a little higher waisted. So I feel like it fit really good. Like y'all can look at the pictures and tell me what you think. Oh, and my little accessories. Okay, so I wanted to be like matchy. I was gonna make my earrings and stuff, but I didn't have time. So I went and got some little rhinestone hoops. Okay. I think I got these at Marshall's. Some little stretchy rhinestone rings. Let me show you the shoes, honey. Okay, so the shoes, got these off of Amazon. These are my shoes. They may be like 3 to 4 inches. Let me tell you, they are cute, but they hurt, okay? So I didn't last very long in these that night, okay? But they was cute. I got a lot of compliments. My little rhinestone bag, like a rhinestone cowboy. Wasn't no cowboy that night, honey, because let me tell you, that's another thing. So this fabric, this dress was a showstopper because I walked out of my hotel room. I'm waiting on the elevator, and there's a man walk up. He's waiting on the elevator. His eyes was just like on it. So we was talking and coming. I guess he used to design because we were right across the street from a theater. So he said he used to design and make things, and we were talking about that. But he was giving me compliments on the dress. Elevator opens. There's like 4, 5 people in the elevator. The eyes is just on me, and they're like smiling and ooh, that's a nice dress. I'm like, thank you. So then I get off the elevator. Let me tell you, walking from the elevator to the door, heads was like, I heard ooh. I swear I heard ah. But let me just tell you, this is a showstopper. So if you want a showstopper, this fabric is it. But that's gonna be it for right now. I just want to get on here and talk about this dress. Like I said, if you want to see any of the videos, just go to NYC Frocktails. They've been posting people's videos. Follow the hashtag, and then you can look up and see people's videos and pictures. And I do have some stuff on my TikTok and my Instagram. So until next time.